You know what the biggest waste of time is? Chasing someone who was never serious about you in the first place. I see it all the time. Good men pouring their energy, their time, their emotions into women who are just keeping them around as an option, not a priority. An option. And the worst part? These guys convince themselves that if they just try harder, if they just give more, if they just wait a little longer, she'll suddenly realize what she has and commit. But here's the brutal truth the Stoics understood thousands of years ago. Actions reveal intentions. Always. Words are cheap. Anyone can say they want something serious. Anyone can tell you they care. But behavior? Behavior never lies. So today, I'm going to show you the 7 undeniable signs that a woman is truly serious about building something real with you. Not what she says, what she actually does. And if you're not seeing these signs, then you need to have the self-respect to walk away, because you're wasting your time on someone who's wasting yours. Let's get into it. Sign 1. She makes time for you, consistently. The first sign is simple but powerful. She makes time for you, real time, consistent time. Now, I'm not talking about squeezing you in when it's convenient. I'm not talking about late-night texts when she's bored or last-minute plans when her friends bail on her. I'm talking about intentional, planned time together. She blocks out her schedule for you. She suggests dates in advance. She actually wants to see you, not just when the stars align, but regularly. The Stoics believed that where we spend our time reveals what we truly value. Marcus Aurelius wrote that our life is what our thoughts make it. But I'd add this: our life is also what our actions make it. A woman who's serious about you treats your time together as sacred. She doesn't cancel plans unless there's a genuine emergency. She doesn't keep you waiting for days to respond to a simple text. She doesn't make you feel like you're competing with everything else in her life for her attention. Because here's the reality: we all have 24 hours in a day. We all have jobs, responsibilities, friends and family. But we make time for what matters to us, period. If she's constantly too busy, always has something else going on, or makes you feel like you're an afterthought, that's not about her schedule. That's about her priorities. And you're not one of them. A serious woman doesn't play the "I'm so busy" game. She reorganizes her life to include you in it. She sees spending quality time with you not as an obligation, but as something she genuinely looks forward to. And you can feel the difference. You're not begging for her attention. You're not wondering when you'll see her next. There's a natural rhythm and consistency to how often you connect. That's sign number 1. But it gets deeper. Sign 2. She introduces you to her inner circle. The second sign is massive, and most guys completely overlook it. A woman who's serious about you brings you into her real life. And I mean her actual life, not the Instagram version. She introduces you to her friends, her family, the people who matter most to her. She doesn't keep you separated from the important parts of her world like some dirty secret. Think about it from a psychological perspective. When a woman introduces you to her inner circle, she's making a statement. She's saying, "This person matters to me. This is someone I see a future with. I want the important people in my life to know him." That takes confidence. That takes certainty. That takes genuine intention. Compare that to the woman who's been dating you for months, but you've never met a single friend. You've never been invited to a family dinner. You've never been included in group hangouts. You exist in this isolated bubble, separate from everything else in her life. That's not accidental. That's strategic. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should pay attention to what people do, not what they promise to do. A woman who's keeping you away from her social circle is keeping her options open. She's not ready to publicly claim you because she's not sure about you yet. But a serious woman, she's proud to have you by her side. She wants her friends to meet you. She brings you to family gatherings. She includes you in her social plans naturally and without hesitation. And here's another thing. She actually cares what these people think of you. Not in a superficial way, but because she's envisioning a long-term future where you'll all be in each other's lives. She wants her best friend to like you. She wants her parents to approve. She wants you to fit into the fabric of her world, because that's what serious relationships require. Integration, not isolation. If she's hiding you, question it. If she's been making excuses for months about why you haven't met anyone important to her, that's your answer right there. Scene 3. She communicates openly about the future. Sign number 3 is about how she talks about the future, and more importantly, whether you're in it. A woman who's serious about you doesn't avoid conversations about where the relationship is going. She doesn't get weird or defensive when you bring up future plans. She doesn't keep things vague or undefined. Instead, she actively participates in building a shared vision of what your future together could look like. This doesn't mean she's planning your wedding on the second date. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about natural, healthy conversations about compatibility, values, and long-term goals. She asks questions like, what do you want out of life? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your thoughts on marriage and family? What matters most to you in a relationship? These aren't interrogations, they're explorations. She's genuinely trying to understand if your lives can align in a meaningful way. And here's the key. She shares her own vision too. She's vulnerable about what she wants. She doesn't play coy or pretend she doesn't care about the future just to seem low maintenance. The Stoics valued clarity above all else. Seneca wrote that it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. A serious woman understands this. She's not interested in wasting years in a relationship that's going nowhere. So she makes sure you're on the same page early. She brings up the uncomfortable conversations because she respects both your time and hers. Compare this to the woman who changes the subject every time you mention anything beyond next weekend. Who gets anxious when you use the word relationship? Who tells you to just go with the flow and see what happens? That's not someone being spontaneous. That's someone being non-committal. There's a huge difference. A serious woman talks about future trips you could take together. She mentions you when discussing her plans for the holidays. She uses we language naturally. She makes plans weeks or even months in advance and includes you in them without hesitation. She's building something with you, not just passing time. Sign 4. She supports your goals and growth. The 4th sign reveals her true character. A woman who's serious about you actively supports your personal growth and ambitions. She doesn't see your goals as competition for her attention. She doesn't feel threatened when you want to improve yourself. She doesn't try to keep you small or comfortable. Instead, she becomes one of your biggest champions. She asks about your career aspirations and genuinely listens. She encourages you when you're working on that business idea. She understands when you need to put in extra hours for an important project. She celebrates your wins like they're her own. This is rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed that the highest form of love is wanting the best for someone, even when it requires sacrifice or patience from you. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the importance of surrounding yourself with people who improve you. A serious woman embodies this. She wants you to become the best version of yourself because she understands that your growth benefits the relationship, not threatens it. She doesn't guilt-trip you for going to the gym. She doesn't complain when you spend time on your hobbies or side projects. She doesn't create drama to pull your focus away from your ambitions. Instead, she asks how she can help. She gives you space when you need it. She respects your drive and matches it with her own. But here's the flip side, and this is equally important. She also expects you to support her growth. Because a serious woman isn't looking for a relationship where she shrinks herself to make you comfortable. She wants a partnership where both people are evolving and pushing each other to be better. She has her own goals, her own dreams, her own ambitions, and she needs to know you're the kind of man who can handle a woman with purpose. This mutual support creates a powerful dynamic. You're not just two people dating. You're two people building empires side by side. If she's constantly distracting you from your goals, creating unnecessary drama, or making you choose between your ambitions and her feelings, that's not love. That's insecurity. And insecurity kills serious relationships before they even begin. Sign 5. She's emotionally available and vulnerable. Sign number 5 goes deep. A woman who's serious about you lets you see the real her. The unfiltered, imperfect, vulnerable version that she doesn't show to just anyone. She doesn't keep up walls or play it cool all the time. She shares her fears, her insecurities, her past wounds, not in a trauma-dumping way, but in a genuine, trusting way. She tells you when something bothers her instead of playing games or giving you the silent treatment. She expresses her feelings clearly instead of expecting you to read her mind. She's honest about her needs and doesn't punish you for not being a psychic. This is what real emotional maturity looks like. The Stoics taught that courage isn't just about facing external threats, it's about facing internal ones too. Having the courage to be seen, truly seen, by another person. That takes serious intention. A woman who's just keeping you around as an option will never let you in like this. She'll keep things surface level, fun but shallow, exciting but ultimately empty. But a serious woman, she takes the risk of being known. She shares her dreams, her childhood stories, her deepest values. She lets you see her without makeup, in her worst moods, on her most stressful days. And equally important, she wants to know the real you too. She asks meaningful questions. She pays attention to the details of your life. She remembers the things that matter to you. She creates a safe space where you can be vulnerable too. This emotional intimacy is the foundation of any serious relationship. Without it, you're just two people having fun together. With it, you're building something that can weather any storm. Here's how you know the difference. Do your conversations go beyond what you did today or what you're watching on Netflix? Can you share your struggles without feeling judged? Does she remember the important things you tell her? Does she check in on things she knows are weighing on you? If yes, you've got something real. If no, you've got something temporary. Look, I know this video might have been hard to watch if you're realizing the woman you're with isn't showing these signs. But here's the Stoic truth. You can't control what other people do. You can only control how you respond. If she's doing all 7 of these things, you've found someone rare, someone serious, someone worth investing in. Don't take that for granted. Match her energy. Show up for her the way she shows up for you. Build something real together. But if she's not doing these things, stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses for her. Stop convincing yourself that if you just love her harder or wait longer, things will change. They won't. A woman who wants a serious relationship will make it obvious through her actions. You won't have to beg for her time. You won't have to convince her of your value. You won't have to wonder where you stand. You'll know, because she'll show you, consistently, clearly, without doubt. And if she's not showing you, then she's showing you something else. She's showing you that she's not the one, and the most powerful thing you can do is believe her and move on. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You can't control whether she's serious about you, but you can control whether you're willing to accept anything less than what you deserve. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom about relationships and life. and drop a comment telling me which of these 7 signs resonated with you most. Remember, a woman who wants you will make it clear. A woman who doesn't will make it confusing. Choose clarity. Choose self-respect. Choose yourself. I'll see you in the next one.